So, hello again. Thank you for sticking with us. So now we're done with the regular season. Now it's the time for playoffs, which will hopefully be more interesting and perhaps a little bit harder. So before that, let me give some acknowledgements for everyone who made this event possible. So first of all, many thanks to the math department for sponsoring this event. So basically, they provided money for this event to be possible. We also have several people who contributed, who wrote integrals or are here helping out with the event. So we have Yanshan, Ryota, Joshua, Aloysius, Dora, and so again, the event would not have been possible with these people. We would also like to thank MIT Video Productions for live streaming and recording this event, and also ISNT for the audio-visual support. So for people who are watching this online, hello, and you have thank MIT Video Productions for you being able to see me. And we'd also like to thank the MIT marching band, who unfortunately just left, for their amazing live performances. So like a few weeks before the event, they reach out to me and say, hey, we think it would be funny, if they come, perform as if this is a sporting event. And I say, hell yeah, and I think I made the right decision. And of course, we have to thank our, awesome contestants for, solving these hard integrals, and obviously for the audience for, your support. All right. Yeah, so with that out of the way, let's introduce what the playoff looks like. So first of all, the playoff is a single elimination bracket. It is seeded by the ranks from the regular season. So it's what you expect: 1 versus 8, 2 versus 7, etc. There will be 3 stages: quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals. For each stage, the 2 contestants will face off against some number of integrals, and for each integral, there will be like a time limit. So both of these numbers will increase from quarterfinals to semifinals to finals. So, and obviously, this also means that the difficulty of these integrals will increase from round to round. So prepare to see the integrals get crazy. So once again, so even though this is a one-on-one face-off, at least for this part, speed does not matter. As long as you solve an integral within time, you get a point. And after the designated integrals, whoever has more solves wins. If there is a tie, there will be a sudden death, and we'll introduce the rules of sudden death when we when we need a sudden death. Cool. So those are the rules of the playoff bracket. Other than that, the rules stay the same. So let me show you the bracket. So here, so we'll have seeded the bracket, the left side of a bracket, and as you advance to the right, you'll get better prizes and you get harder integrals. All right. So first up, we have Luke versus Han Hong for the first quarterfinal. You can just pick a board. Yeah. So once again, the time limit for quarterfinals will be 3 minutes. Okay. All right, so this will be the first out of 3 integrals for this quarterfinal matchup. Are both players ready? 3, 2, 1, integrate. Thank you. 1 minute. Ten seconds. Time. The answer is 326 over E, which I believe both players are correct. So the score is at 1-1. All right, next up is problem 2. Are both players ready? 3, 2, 1, integrate. You might have to squint a little. One minute. Oh, 5 seconds. Time. So the answer is, I don't think this answer is correct. We'll check. Yeah, sorry about this. We're checking if the real answer is what the real answer is. Yeah, so as people have noticed, this is secretly a problem about Chinese remainder theorem. As of like, if you divide into 100 intervals, it matters what the remainder modulo 3, 5, and 7 are. Please hang tight. Okay, it turns out it's a false alarm. I think the answer is actually 14. Okay, sorry about that. I think something I was thinking something incorrectly. My apologies. Anyways, yeah. So yeah, neither of you got it correct. Yeah. Anyways, let's move on to problem 3. So once again, the score currently stands as 1-1. All right. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. Integrate. One minute. Ten seconds. Time. drag this a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, so I believe both of you got it correct. All right. So that means that the score at the end of 3 integrals is tied at 2-2, so which means that we go into sudden death. So let me explain how sudden death works. Whoops. Yeah. So for sudden death, basically we keep doing integrals until one of the following two happens. One thing that can happen is one person solves the integral and the other person fails to solve it. In this case, the person who solved the integral automatically wins. If this does not happen, then whoever solves 2 integrals faster wins. So it basically means that if both people solve, the person who solved it slower will get 1 strike, and 2 strikes means you're out. So what does it mean to solve faster? The solve time is defined by when you submit an answer with a circle or a box. So if you change or otherwise cross out the thing you're submitting, your solve time resets. So you have to submit something new for your solve to count. And the time limit is equal to the main match time limit. So which means that for quarterfinal tiebreakers, it's still 3 minutes. And if after 3 integrals so same number of integrals as the main match, then and the ties are still not broken, then we proceed to 1 minute long lightning rounds and to hopefully tie breaks this faster. So for this year, in order to make the tiebreaker go a little bit faster, we're introducing this new thing called the bell. Whoa. Yeah. So basically, because the tiebreaker integrals tend to be a little bit easier, it is quite often that both players will solve the integral and awkwardly stand there for 2 minutes. So yeah. So what does hitting the bell mean? So first of all, you may hit the bell when when there's more than 1 minute left. Hitting the bell reduces the timer to 1 minute exactly. Notice that this does not affect when your solve time is. So it only affects the timer. Obviously, so the upside of this is that if you solve the integral and you think you might hit the bell and it might happen that the opponent cannot solve it in time. So which makes it you automatically win. There is one risk with this, which is basically if both players fail, so basically just a rule against you just hitting the bell at random times. Basically, if both players fail, then whoever hits the bell gets 1 strike. Yeah. So these are the rules. Basically, hit the bell when you're pretty confident you can solve it in 1 minute. Solve it correctly, of course. Yeah. Cool. So yeah. So this is a little bit more experimental rule, but basically, hitting the bell only affects the timer. It does not affect your solve time. That's hopefully it's a minor change. Cool. All right. So let me pull up the tiebreakers. Oh, shoot. And here's how the timer is going to work. So now there will be 2 timers showing. Basically, the first timer is the normal timer, and as soon as the bell is hit, as soon as the bell is hit, I will start the second timer. Cool. Okay, I'll now hand out the first quarterfinal tiebreaker problem. All right. Both players ready? 3, 2, 1, integrate. Thirty seconds. Ten seconds. Time. All right. This is a bit finicky, but okay. The answer is 40-50, which both players got correct, and Luke has a faster solve. So which means that currently Han Hong has 1 strike. All right. Let me reset the timers. So we move on to problem 2 of the tiebreaker. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, integrate. Thirty seconds. Ten seconds. Time. So Luke has an answer, Han Hong does not. Very close. So this does mean that because Luke hit a bell and both players failed, Luke gets 1 strike. So both players are 1 strike now. All right, we move on to the next integral. So if anyone gets a strike, the tiebreaker will end here. Are you ready? Okay. 3, 2, 1, integrate. One minute. Ten seconds. Time. We will check. So let's see. So the answer is 59730. Okay, so this is also not correct. Okay, so both players failed, but no one hit the bell, so no one gets a strike. And we move on to problem 4. Oh, no, we don't move on to problem 4. We move on to lightning round. Yeah, because because tiebreaker only lasts for 3 problems. All right, so let me prepare for a little bit. Sorry. So So obviously, since the lightning round only lasts for 1 minute, the bell is like, you cannot hit the bell. All right, so 3, 2, 1, integrate. Thirty seconds. Time. By the way, you should have crossed all your previous answer, but. Yeah, so the answer is 100 x squared, which I believe Han Heng got correct earlier. So which means Han Heng wins the tiebreaker and advances to the semifinals. Yeah, both of you got in within like 10 seconds. So yeah, it was truly a lightning round. Cool. All right. So let me go back to. So this means that I think the score stands at 5.1 versus 2. Cool. So next up, quarterfinal number 2, we have Karthik versus Mark. All right, I need to reset the timer. Okay, so this is quarterfinal 2, problem 1. Both players ready? 3, 2, 1, integrate and limit. 1 minute. Ten seconds. Time. The answer is 2 pi over 3. So neither of you got it correct. Yeah, so the idea behind this integral is that as a goes to infinity, this behaves pretty much like the direct delta function. So you have to find the roots of x cubed minus 3x, and you calculate slope around there. Anyways, let's move on to problem 2. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, integrate. One minute. Ten seconds. The answer is 16 over 3 times tangent of 3x, which both pairs got correct. So the score currently stands at 1-1. So if you have a look at the qualifying round problems, you will know that the sum of the three cosines is identically equal to 0. Now you know what their product is. All right. Problem 3. Okay, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, integrate. One minute. Ten seconds. Time. The answer is 4034, which both of you got correct. So the score is tied at 2-2. We once again go into tiebreaker, so get your bells ready. So let me set up the timers again. Right. So this will be quarterfinals tiebreaker problem 4. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, integrate. Thirty seconds. Ten seconds. Time. All right. The answer is e to the x times x log x minus 1, which I believe Carter is correct, and Mark did not get it. So which means that Carter wins, and the bell strategy paid off. All right. So that was the second quarterfinal. Let me reset the timers. Yeah, so next up we have Jacopo versus Nathan. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, integrate. One minute. 10 seconds. Box your answers. Time. You didn't finish circling that thing. I assume you want to submit that. Okay. The answer is 4. So the score currently stands at 1-0 with Jacopo in lead. Yeah, so the tricky thing with this is that if you try to simplify the integrand, you'll get something with absolute value in it. So that might mess with the antiderivative below. All right, we move on to problem 2. All right, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, integrate. One minute. Ten seconds. Box your answers. Time. All right. Yeah. So the answer to this one is this, which I don't think either of you got correct. All right. So the score still stands at 1-0. All right. Problem 3. All right, are you ready? 3, 2, 1. Integrate. One minute. Ten seconds. Time. All right. The answer is 4 pi over 3. So Jakob got it correct and advances to the semifinals with a score of 2-0. All right. Okay. For the last quarterfinals, we have Alexander versus Brian. All right, so we start with problem 1. All right. Are both of you ready? 3, 2, 1. Integrate. Once again, the curly braces denote the fractional part. 1 minute. Ten seconds. Time. All right, so let me first show the answer. The answer is 5/6. This integral requires a little bit of explanation. So basically, if you go back to 1801 or maybe a real analysis class, when you learn about the definition of integral, you learn about how you subdivide the integral into like several parts, into sum over delta x. This is pretty much the same thing. The d of fractional power of x plus 1/2 is the same as dx, except at the points where the fractional part drops from 1 to 0. Those places contribute a -1 times whatever the value of at that point is, which means that the answer is not just like the integral of x squared. Yeah. So if you want a specific word, this is called Riemann-Stieltjes integral. If you want to look it up. Yeah. Cool. Anyway, so this means that Brian now leads 1-0. All right, let's move on to the next integral. Okay, this is problem 2. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, integrate. One minute. 10 seconds. Box your answers. Time. What? Just to be clear, this problem is a definite integral. So, yeah. Anyways, the answer is 3 pi over 8, which I believe neither of you got correct. It helps to know the beta function for this one. Anyways, so the score currently still stands at 1-0 with Brian leading, and we move on to the next, the last problem of the quarterfinal, hopefully. All right, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, integrate. One minute. Ten seconds. Time. The answer is this. It is basically a test in how fast you can do partial fractions. Okay, so I believe Brian's answer is correct, which means that he advances to the semifinals with a score of 2-0. All right, so that is it for the quarterfinals. We'll take a 5-minute break and we'll resume with the semifinals.